Hey mommies, a very good morning, and it's like 5:30 in the morning here, and I woke up as I had promised a very dear friend that I would record this and upload it for her for sure yesterday, which was yesterday. But yesterday was a very busy day. I think I was like hopping from one place to another place, and I couldn't do it. I'm really sorry. So I thought today maybe I'll like wake up half an hour early and I'll try and shoot it and put it for you. Okay, so this video is all about how can you make your reading time more interesting. How can you catch the attention of your baby, and how can you actually engross him once you're reading a book. Okay, for us, reading started with Vivan. I mean, I started reading to him when he was a couple of months. I maybe 6 months or 7 months, or maybe less. I really frankly don't remember. And at that time I was working, I was not at home, but the moment I used to come back, I that's what I used to do during his dinner time. I used to open the book and I used to read it to him. And they were not at that time I had no clue that there are small hard books, or there are cloth books, or there are different textures of books which were available. So for me, book was just a book. So we just bought a hardbound Under the Sea book. I remember that was his first book, and that's how we introduced book reading to Vivan. And after that, now he's 3.5, and more or less our reading time is set. So like that's one thing which we have kept constant, is the reading time is set. And in between we used to read like 8-9 books a day, because you see, that was the phase. So like, I want to only read books, I want to only watch Wheels on the Bus on the video, I want to only eat this, I want to only do this. So right now we are doing only writing, because we only want to write, we don't want to do anything else. So but now, like, for every day we do 2 books. So one book I read early in the morning, maybe once he's up, if we have some time, or we do it once I'm dropping him to school, else his dad drops him to school like almost every day. So if that's not done, once he's back home and just before his nap, I keep the book side on the side table. So I'm sitting in his room, which is completely like a mess right now, I think because he was playing, and like you can see, it's like completely a mess everywhere. So I have to still tidy up. After this I will be doing this now. Okay, coming back to it, yeah. So once he's just about to take a nap, I read a book then, and the next book we do it either in the evening or just during the night time. So once his dad is back, usually Vivan's dad does the night book. So either he creates a story, or Vivan tries and picks up a book, and then we do it. So it works pretty easy for us. Okay, so I am just giving some tips that how I had done and how I make the reading time very interesting for Vivan. Okay, so I have taken like 3 different books, and I'll just give an example. Like, whichever book you have, I'm sure as moms we are very creative. Okay, so it's just an inborn thing which comes being a mom parent. Okay, so I will pick up the book and I'll share my ideas. So I've written them here. I will be just reading it aloud for you guys. Okay, so that's my elephant book. Okay, and it's a very nice small book. I picked it up from India. It's like a 90 rupee book. I would be sharing my feedback on the set of books in my coming videos. Okay, so going forward, if you have a very nice book, and if you think your kid likes something, so like if your kids like cars, so like maybe try and pick up a car book. Okay, if your kids are into any of the TV characters, try and pick up a book. So I'm sure Peppa Pig, or Jake and the Neverland Pirates, or Mickey and Minnie, or Donald Duck, or who else? Oof, I don't remember anyone. Duck McStuffins. So Miles from Tomorrowland, and So you have different characters, right? And if they like that, maybe try and pick up a storybook around that. So maybe once you're introducing and once they know the character is the same, they might like it, they might want to read it. Okay, now coming back to elephant. So if you have a book which is with the animals, so this is what you can do. You can just place the book somewhere in the house where you think it'll catch attention. Don't introduce it to him right now. So if you've already tried doing a lot of times the book time or reading time, try and keep this book somewhere where you think he'll catch attention, and let him go to the book. Let him like pick up, flip the page, close it, keep it back. If he's coming and asking you something, great. But if he's not coming and asking you, don't worry, let the book be. Let the book be for the another 2-3 days there, 4 days, 5 days, for a week there only. He might pick it up, okay, and he might come to you. So that's like option number one. Then option number two is, if you have this animals book, try and give a similar animal to him to play, okay, and just in a fun way explain about the trunk, the big ears, the tail, the legs, the body, what does elephant eat. Okay, so you have the book and you have the mini creature also for him to explore, for him to see the tusks. Okay, so you can talk about all these things. Then I would tell you what I did. Vivan was not interested in reading anything about birds, so I took him to the safari. I took him to a safari here and I carried my birds book. So I would tell you the same. If you can go to a zoo or to any park where you have those animals, or if you're doing something about animals, go for an excursion. A field trip really makes a difference. So you go, take your book along. Okay, on the way or when you see the elephant, you can show, hey, see, that's the same elephant. Look, the big ears. Wow. And the two tusks and the trunk. He fills water with the trunk. And then look at the big and the strong legs. He's walking. And if you're a child and you are adventurous, you can also do an elephant ride, and then it might be super great. So by the time he's already familiar with everything, you're already reading whatever is inside. It doesn't mean that you have to read it from there, but like this book says everything about elephant. So elephants can carry water in their trunks. Elephant use their trunks to lift things. Elephants can swim long distance. So you can already read, prepare everything, and then you can tell them. So once this is done, you can also put like an alphabet. So once you're back home, you've done your ride and everything, then you try and keep the book, and I'm sure by now he's like already ready. Okay, and then maybe you can place an E alphabet. You can make an elephant if you want. I mean, if you have a stencil or if you have a puzzle to do with it, you can do that. I have got another book I have here, and we have a puzzle of elephant here to club it up with. So you have elephant here, you have elephant here, and you have an elephant here. So you have elephant have long noses called trunks. A baby elephant is called a calf. The calf is using its trunk to hold on its mother's tail. Okay, so you can just be like mummy and mama elephant and baby elephant. And here you have a beautiful puzzle for the kids to do it. So you can just take it out from here and put it back. It really doesn't matter if you don't have the puzzle. So I am just saying, if you have anything which is similar to the book, try and get it together and try and present it as an activity in the beginning, just to get the child's attention, and so that he thinks the reading time is like a super fun activity time. I'm sure there are different ways of doing it, but I think they will only enjoy once they have like full attention, they are listening to you. So try that with your kids and I'm sure they like it. So that's my example, like book number 1. Okay, then I have another book which is the Adventures of Toto and Otto. This was a free book which was given to us by one of our friends from whom I take all my all these books. She's in India, and Vivan has completely loved this book. Maybe because it has auto, so that's why. So, but when I showed the book to him, I showed it to him with this. So I gave this to him, and then he could relate. It's the same, Mama. Is it the same? But maybe this is black, Mama. Why is this green? So that was the first thing. And actually, I thought maybe he would not even notice. Maybe it's the same shape, so he might just like it. Okay, so if you have something to do with this, like if you have any vehicle book, you can present the vehicle, you can talk about the vehicle, try and take a vehicle ride. So this book has a song. So some books have songs, some books have some words, some have puzzles, and some are like just simple books with some special words where you can emphasize. So here, if you have any of these books, don't read the book first, just do the song. Do the song with the vehicle, and then it's gonna be like super fun time, isn't it? So you can talk about the mini tuk-tuk or bajaj or auto, so like different words for different countries. It has 3 wheels and see zoom, it has a good engine, it can play music. He's sitting here and he's driving. The passengers are supposed to get in from here, sit there. This is for you to hold. Okay, so you can talk a lot about this. And then if you have like 2 or 3 characters in your storybook, like in this book, this is the main character. So Toto and the auto rickshaw. I am Toto the auto rickshaw is the main character, and that's Pato, he's the driver. You can actually do a role play, a pretend and play. So somebody can be Toto and somebody can be Pato, and in the same way, I'm sure there are like always 2 characters, main characters in the movie. And if you have like book series of books with the same characters, it would work out really well. So before even introducing it, you can say that we are playing a game, and from Mama is Otto and you are this, or maybe you make the baby something else and you can be something, and then you create a story and do it. And once the story is done, then simply slowly try reading it to him. And if you're not able to read the full book, don't worry, try and read 2 pages and first page first, okay? And once you ask him, okay, should I read the second page? If he says no, don't insist, because till the time he already knows that this is him, okay? I mean that the main character of the book is him and you are the second character. So maybe that time he won't like it, but the next day, if you're still playing the same game, he'll come back, and once he'll open the book to read, he might read a couple of more pages. It's a slow and a gradual process, but it's a very nice, healthy process for a longer run. Okay, that's one. Okay, my another book. Okay, so this is Footy and Shoes. Vivan started reading this book when he was 2.5. And not 2.5 actually, yeah, I think 2.5. Yes, he had started reading this book, and I don't know how, and later I figured it out because he knew words, he knew the alphabets pretty early, but I had never taught him to combine 3 words. Like you have ands, a, n, d. So when you combine, it's like and, because I was not doing phonics at home, but yes, I was like doing basic simple stuff. But I don't know how he could read, but he could read the book very early. So we were not sure whether is he reading it or is he remembering the lines. So we tried, I was hiding the book and I got the book again after some time, and then he was reading it again. So till now I have like no clue whether he was able to read it or he still remembers that whatever is written on the book. Okay, going forward, he has Foodie in the shoe. So here the story of the shoe, sorry, the story of the book is that the shoe is lost. Okay, so either you can play like a peekaboo game, you can do treasure hunt, okay, with your spyglass, or by just hiding something, so the mama can hide something and the baby can find it. This has been our favorite game, with me having no maid at home, and like Vivan just 1.5 and doing everything by myself, especially the evenings were used to be killer. So he used to be like completely full charged up, so I used to hide something in the house, okay, and that's how we figured out how to play the treasure hunt. And there in this, Footy has lost her shoe. Okay, so you can actually, if you want, you can do a shoe game, or you can do some other game, and you can say it's the caterpillar who's lost something, so we need to find and give it back to the caterpillar. So that's one. The second one is, you can if you have boiled peas, you can make like line of boiled peas. I had a lot of boiled peas actually. I had gathered it for Footy and Shoes for yesterday night, but I was so hungry when I came home. I saw the boiled peas and I ate everything. I'm sorry, so I don't have anything right now to show, but I think we can all well imagine if we have boiled peas. So we can just take few and we can just make a little caterpillar on the plate and show it to the kid. Or if you have clay, you can make caterpillar, the horns and the little shoe, and you can do that game. So if you've been following my videos or my page, you would have seen that I have been doing a lot of book activities with Vivan. So if I have the book, I also do an activity. So with this, you can do this activity, or the other thing which I would also be doing with Vivan is tying laces. It's a complete Montessori activity. It's a hands-on thing. It's new thing for kids. They are still not wearing the laces shoes, but that's something which they can try. I got this idea from Vivan itself, because when he was tying his laces for his skates, that's when I figured it out that I can actually club it with this, and we can do Footy and his shoes. Because in this book, it's all about the laces, that she cannot wear any other shoe, because no other shoe is fitting her pretty well. It's only the laces. So she knows how to tie the laces, and she knows that only the laces shoes will fit her well. So you can do a shoe lacing a lacing tie activity with your kid. I can suggest as many as possible. You can have like a reading time, you can have two book selection time. So go ahead, tell them, or maybe put the books where it's accessible, it's according to the height, they can go and pick it up. Or if you want to tag the books as like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's what I did, and I had shared a video on that. That you, if you have many books, you want to sort them out, tag 2 books a day, okay, and then present an activity around it, and I'm sure kids will like it. So yes, that's it. I think this is how I would recommend you to do it, and you are free to ask questions. And if you think you need some more ways, or you want me to demonstrate something else, I will surely do it for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Bindu, this one is for you. You have been asking me for so long to take this video for you, so this is entirely for you. Okay, see you. Bye. Have a good day.